My name is Ani Garcia. I am originally from the Dominican Republic. I've been in the US for a little bit. I'm not going to tell you my age, but I've been in the US for a while. Um, I have worked within the Department of Defense in different areas in the United States. And in 2013, I joined NGA. Now, I joined NGA for various reasons, and hopefully, something that I say today after I share my reasons will help you guys decide if NGA is really the right fit for you. I welcome any questions you have, and here we go. So, really, the first thing that brought me to NGA after having worked with other agencies was the actual challenge that the new position that I took on. I'm a financial manager, resource manager by trade. Um, and I had worked again, in different agencies, but the capacity that I took on within NGA and the trust that was passed on to me was really refreshing. I have been able throughout the years at NGA to take on different levels of responsibility and work with different teams and really challenge myself. So I appreciate that. I'm not a person who likes to be stagnant. So if you like challenges, if you like taking on and learning different things, I think you'd be a good fit at NGA. Another thing that I really, 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 I can't even tell you, have enjoyed throughout the years has been the work life balance. So we don't technically offer remote work, if you will, or we do offer in some areas for you, depending on the work role you have, to work from home, telework. And as in my case, my spouse was stationed somewhere else. So I had the opportunity to come to Tampa to work, even though our main headquarters is in Springfield, Virginia. So NGA does offer a lot of accommodations for spouses, but the main thing is that work life balance. Even though I am able to work remotely sometimes, I don't take the work home with me necessarily because of the type of work it is. We do work with classified information. The great thing about that is I don't get to take it home. And the not so great part about that is that I can't necessarily telework 100%. So do with that what you will. Hopefully that'll help you along the way. Um, Another thing that I really have enjoyed since working with 2013 is that no matter what happens with the economy, we do have a certain level of job security that is pretty much unmatched. Um, at the end of the day, we all come to work to obviously enjoy each other, enjoy the people that we work with, and enjoy the mission that we do. But it is key to make sure that we do have some level of financial security. And with working at NGA, I have definitely been able to take care of that, or take advantage of that. And not only that, but there's plenty of promotion potential. So if you put your best foot forward, you can definitely do that. I see I got a question from Donna. Donna asked, so I guess you don't hire work permit holders? Um, I have Jihei on the line. I'm gonna say no to that, but Jihei, if you could, please provide that answer directly, and I'll continue on, Donna. So if you have any other questions, let us know. Yeah, Jihei just provided that on there, I think. If you don't get your answer, please hit us back up. All righty. So another reason that I joined NGA was to take advantage of a lot of the opportunities. I'm trying to scroll down here with the chat. Take opportunities to travel. We have different posts, different places. So I have been able to work at a different places in Florida. And also, too, I have been able to deploy to Afghanistan. So I've had very supportive leadership, which have become friends. Um, and through my work ethic, they've seen that, hey, yes, not only could she benefit from that, because people come first within the agency. Not only could she benefit with her learning and education, but she can also bring it back, which I have been privileged to do. So, and I'm not sure if any of you are out there and interested in deploying, but besides working within the US, you can also deploy to different areas. In my case, I deployed to Afghanistan. I was there for a year, and that was a great experience. I never felt like I was left alone by NGA. I always had reach back, and anything that I needed before I left, I could always count on the people around me to provide that. Um, Not only before I left, but also too when I came back. So if anybody has any questions or if my time's up, let me know.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. We'll just move on to the
Sure.
next company now. But of course, people have a lot of questions. They'll keep sending them in the chat. And after that, I just want our audience to know that you can interact with every recruiter in person in the breakout rooms. So be sure to join that. Thank you so much for addressing all of that, Annie. Next up, we have No Before. I see Giuliana on my screen. Please take it over.
Hi, everybody. My name is Juliana Macedo. You can call me G. I am a team expansion specialist here at Know Before. That's pretty much a fancy word for recruiter. I am here to pretty much focus on sales recruitment, but we do have all different types of positions at Know Before. I do both domestic sales recruitment as well as LATAM, so Latin America is my primary focus since I do speak Spanish and Portuguese. I've been at Know Before a little bit over a year now. I did start as an administrator and I've been promoted twice. We also at Know Before have pretty great employee relations groups. I am the community and events manager for our Latino employee relations group called Vamos. And it is a little bit about me. Know Before is actually the world's largest security awareness training and simulated phishing platform. Pretty much what we do is, we want to educate people and employees of businesses to make sure to look out for, what to look out for in those malicious emails that you can get, whether it's someone trying to tell you, hey, you need to log into Google iCloud or Google Microsoft, whatever it is. We're here to really educate people to make sure that they know what to look out for to not fall for any phishing scams or attacks of that kind. So just a little bit more about Know Before. We are selling our platform, but we also have positions in engineering, tech support. What else do we have? Engineering, tech support, community and design. A little bit about us. We have a pretty fun environment. We are hiring remotely and in person. Our headquarters is in Clearwater. Pretty much, we believe in, quite a bit, but our main values are radical transparency. Pretty much what that means is that our CEO, our chief revenue officer, our chief HR officers, they actually get in a company-wide morning meeting and just let us know what's going on in our company, in cybersecurity, whatever it is. They do give us that radical transparency with our no door policy. We also take extreme ownership at Know Before. We don't like to point fingers. We are human beings here. So when mistakes happen, just kind of, take them and learn. Everything is a learning experience to us, and just taking that extreme ownership over your own mistakes and kind of learning from it. Professional development. We're huge on just overall learning all the time, right? So the CEO actually tells us, hey, take at least 5 hours a week to learn something new. Whatever it is, if you like to read books, or if you like to watch documentaries, if you want to try a new sport or a new hobby or something, he just really tells us to kind of constantly be developing ourselves professionally, personally, whatever it is. And at Know Before, we do offer tuition reimbursement, certification reimbursements, coaching, whatever it is that you need to take your career to the next level. We're there to help you get there. So our culture is really big here. We like to celebrate any accomplishments, big or small. Our Slack channels are always going crazy with the salespeople being like, yo, so-and-so got like a 15K deal, whoa, and everyone's like freaking out on Slack. We always have a really exciting environment, whether you're remote or whether you're in person, we're just as celebratory. We're also huge on diversity and inclusion here. We were actually ranked top workplaces for women, also a great place to work in the Tampa Bay area. We have a bunch of employee relations groups. Like I said in the beginning, Vamos for Latinos and allies. We have Black Nosters Network, Women in Tech, Noster Parents, Veterans, and LGBTQIA+. So we do have a pretty exciting work culture where we are really excited to have all different types of people, all different backgrounds, and we like to celebrate coming together and just being happy at work. You don't have to log in and be sad, and we like to make sure that you're happy.
Great. Thank you so much for that, G. I'll move on to Autodesk now. I think we have Heather Ryan. Heather, I see you on my screen. Please take it away.
Hi, thanks for having us. I'm glad to be here. Yeah, so I'm Heather. I've been with Autodesk for about 4 years. I'm a tech recruiter. I've done other functions, but I mostly focus on UX design roles. I will be in a breakout session later talking about all tech roles that we have open. So we'll do my best to answer your questions if you're an engineer or focusing on another area from design. So hopefully you all know that Autodesk is a software company known as a leader in 3D design, engineering, and entertainment software. So, and what you may not know is that we produce design software that touches a wide range of industries. So not only architecture, but also like engineering, construction, product design, manufacturing, media and entertainment, life sciences, education. I usually tell my candidates, like kind of you look anywhere in your home, in your space, and you can probably find something that's been created using our software. One of the things that I wanted to also kind of highlight is we have several different awards and recognition for equitable pay from the LGBTQ community. We're nominated as one of the world's best employers. So we're constantly being recognized for culture, the ways that we work with our employees, how much we value our employees. We have several different programs in our organization, whether that's ERGs that support different employee resource groups, such as Autodesk Latinx Network, Autodesk Black Network. We just opened up 2 new ERGs. One of those is Mind, which is a neurodiversity network. So we've got several of those supporting different communities around the globe. Autodesk is in 50 countries, so we do really highly value inclusion. And we try to flex for different geos. We are global, so we do have like kind of, sometimes you'll have like kind of morning meetings, evening meetings, and we do try to be equitable about those kinds of things. We're known for work-life balance, as well as, and we have great benefits supporting that, time off. We have some really great time off programs. One of the highlights this year is that we'll be closed at the end of the year for 2 weeks, which is kind of fun as you're considering a future employer. We have emerging leaders programs. We have a next level program that is also, we are rolling out now for our Latinx employees, as well as our Autodesk Black employees, and rolling those out to help those employees access leadership and get mentoring specific to them. And then we have also mentoring programs across the entire organization. We have learning programs on a number of different learning pathways. And then just lastly, and I don't want to take up too much time because I know we've got a lot of people to get through here, but I did just want to highlight our culture code. That's very thematic across everything we do, from the top all the way down and everywhere in between. It's something that we look at both in the course of the interview process, as well as all the way out through our evaluations annually. So we really do hold true to our values. Those are really important to us. And as you can see, they are things like smart, inclusive, impactful, humble, and we really do, we really are tried and true to those values. So I'm going to be brief and conclude there, but I look forward to seeing any of you in the breakout rooms.
Thank you so much for that, Heather. Next up, we have Freddie Mac. I think we have Carl here for Freddie Mac.
Yes, I'm here. Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here. I want to thank the participants in the virtual space, and thanks to Power to Fly for putting this on. This is great. So unlike some of the other speakers that you've heard up till now, I'm new to my position. I've only been at Freddie Mac for 6 weeks. But in that time, I will tell you that in my position as the Director of Workforce Diversity, that DEI, and what attracted me to Freddie Mac is its commitment to DEI. It is woven into everything that we do at Freddie Mac. So much so that Freddie Mac has established a standalone division devoted exclusively to diversity, equity, and inclusion work. That division started earlier this year, and this division was created in recognition of and out of a desire to help carry out the enterprise's commitment to DEI. Each person at Freddie Mac makes diversity, equity, and inclusion part of their internal value at work. And so we respect and value one another's differences and work together to deliver on our mission to make home possible. We attract and sustain a pipeline of diverse candidates by working with diverse organizations such as Power to Fly to ensure that we are attracting, interviewing, hiring, and developing diverse talent. So it's not just a matter of bringing in diverse talent into the enterprise, but really making sure that we are providing them with the support and the development opportunities so that they make Freddie Mac a career. So far, we're on track and we can always expand and improve upon what we're already doing. Additionally, our mission is to serve America's home buyers, homeowners, and renters by equitably providing liquidity, stability, and affordability to the housing market. What does that mean? Basically, it means that Freddie Mac makes home possible. That's in our hearts in what we do. And we accomplish this by leading with equity and empathy, by providing a safe place for every employee where they feel a sense of inclusion, belonging, and value, and by creating an equitable and accessible workplace through receptive and responsive learning environments that considers the needs and input of all. We also have business resource groups that represent a variety of dimensions of diversity and interests. In fact, 50% of our workforce belongs to a BRG, and over 1,200 of our 7,500 employees belong to 2 or more BRGs. So we encourage that involvement and rely upon our BRGs, business resource groups, to provide input in making sure that we are on task in terms of our mission. And I just wanted to end by noting that Freddie Mac just recently ended our corporate celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month with presentations around the history and current state of Latino ownership, home ownership, and also a number of other culturally enriching events. Our OLA BRG, which has over 500 members, has conducts events throughout the year to showcase culture and ignite a spirit of unity. I would also just add that our headquarters is in McLean, Virginia, but we do also provide hybrid work opportunities, and we have regional offices in Chicago, Dallas, Atlanta, Los Angeles, and New York. And we hope to follow up and see you all in the breakout rooms where we'll have members of our talent acquisition team to provide greater information about work opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Carl. Next up, we have ServiceNow. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Juana. My pronouns are she, her. So I'm a technical sourcer at ServiceNow. I've been here, I'm kind of new as well. I've been here for around like 4 months now. And as a technical sourcer, what I do is I look for engineers that mostly that are in like underrepresented groups. So I'm looking for, that type of talent to attract. And what really attracted me to ServiceNow essentially was being able to do that kind of work, because I figure if they have somebody like me doing this work, then they're really focused on diversity and inclusion, right? And that was the most important thing for me. And that's one of the biggest values here at ServiceNow. So we have a lot of different resources in terms of like ERGs and different programs and trainings that really focus on diversity and inclusion. But what ServiceNow is essentially is we're a workflow orchestration product. So our product offers like a service model based on ways to help users identify the root causes of any issues they encounter. And they do this through like a self-service model, which appears in tasks, activities, and processes on the ServiceNow product. It's a completely cloud-based company. And something else that we truly pride ourselves in is just our work-life balance. I personally work completely remote. I know most positions are remote, but we also offer like hybrid opportunities. And our headquarters is in Santa Clara, but we also have a huge campus in San Diego, California. And our campus is huge. It has like one of those big cafeterias where you could eat lunch, and they provide like a lot of really fun events there. I know for like Hispanic Heritage Month, they had like a taco night, and we're able to do like fun activities like that, as well as like volunteering together as a group. So yeah, I'm really excited for all of you guys to get to meet some of our recruiters later on.
Great, thank you so much for that. Okay, last but not the least, we have Backblaze.
Yeah, hey, my name is Yev. I'm with Backblaze. Thank you for having us today. There's like a bunch of text on this slide. I'm mostly like an improv person, so I'll just make stuff up and kind of use this as a guide. Hopefully these slides will be made available afterwards. And if not, you're not missing much. On mine anyway. So Backblaze is a publicly traded company. We went public last year. I've been with the organization for almost 12 years now, and it's about 15 years old. And so really seeing kind of the full trajectory of the organization. Now I'm the head of consumer marketing there. And that basically means that I run our backup products. So Backblaze is a cloud storage platform, and what we provide is a place for people to back up their Macs and PCs like from their home, for businesses to do the same from their workforce and other endpoints. And then we have B2 Cloud Storage, which is kind of like Amazon S3 or like Microsoft Azure or some of these other big cloud companies that you hear about. And so we do a lot of stuff with our cloud storage platform, and I run the consumer side of it. We are always looking for top talent in our field. One of the things that kind of sets us apart from a lot of companies in Silicon Valley, we're headquartered in San Mateo, California, but we have a lot of people working remotely. I think the majority of our engineering workforce, or at least 40%, is now remote, full-time in other departments as well. One of the things that sets us apart is that we were bootstrapped for the majority of our like early days. And so we could only really hire like when we needed to and who we could hire. And so after going public, one of the things that we've really focused a ton on with the kind of help from the additional capital is being able to broaden our hiring pool. And that has been super fun to see manifest. We kickstarted DEI initiatives years ago as well. And we do a ton of work to try to bring up kind of underserved and underrepresented organizations, underrepresented peoples in the space, in tech and otherwise. So we care deeply about our employees. I'm a little bit of a caricature at the company. I am responsible for a lot of the kind of cultural stuff that happens there. So I'm on the DEI committee. I do a lot of internal communications as well. I'm known by like one name, which is a Yev. It's like a Madonna thing. So people usually send me random questions and stuff as it comes up throughout the day, because they're like, he's a shortcut. Let's send this over to him. And we really try to set ourselves apart by the benefits that we could provide. So again, as a bootstrapped company, we didn't have a lot of like fancy, flashy venture capital funding, but we could really set ourselves apart with work-life balance and with kind of the benefits that we provide. So we pay 100% of our employees' healthcare, for example, which is a huge benefit, especially during the COVID pandemic. We have paid parental leave, fertility support. We have work from home stipends. We really try to make working at Backblaze almost like an afterthought, meaning that we don't want it to add cognitive load to like your home life. And so we try to take care of a lot of that for our employees as well. Our values are kind of in there. It looks like fair and good is kind of like big and bold, which is neat. It's my favorite one. In general, that is how we try to run our organization. We try to be fair and good. Trust is paramount for us. And so a lot of times we look through that filter. Building a sustainable business, coming from a bootstrap background, that's how we make business decisions. Is this going to be sustainable? Can we continue doing it in this way? Focusing on simplicity, that's both internal and external. So a lot of our brain power is spent on how to make things simpler and easier. And that manifests both for our customers, but also for the employees as well, with some of the tools and information that we send out. and how we communicate. We believe in open communication. So similar to the no before, we tend to do it like ours is weekly, but we have a weekly kind of all hands where we talk about stuff. The CEO gives a presentation. We have some departmental spotlights as well. And cleverly unconventional. We try to think of very clever ways to solve problems so that we're not just following kind of the herd. And we try to foster a culture of collaboration, transparency, and fairness. Also, shout out to Know Before. I think I have a training session that I have to complete probably after this call at the moment.